And it's called the shooting range.
Yep. And you'll see a guy, which is me, wearing an orange shirt, shooting a shotgun. Making. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's at live LIVE. This is all one word. So live fire video.
So type in live fire video in Facebook.
Yeah. It's well, yeah. At the at sign or the at symbol, and then it's live fire video.
Okay. Now it came up. Okay.
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna. Yeah, it will be live in a few seconds.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So I see us on the page now.
We're there.
Yep.
Let me pull that up.
I'm gonna open it up on my phone just in case some of my friends pop in and are wondering what the heck I'm doing.
Okay. I'm in the app. It's going to download right now, but refresh that.
So do you see it on the Facebook page?
Not yet. I'm refreshing the page, so
Okay.
I'm not in the app. I'm in on the. It doesn't show on this one.
I'm
Okay. Yeah. Let me pull it up on the. One second.
sure. I'm gonna check the YouTube page as well.
Okay.
Yep, we're live on on YouTube as well.
It's on YouTube as well.
Yep.
It's funny. Not coming on the regular page. It's not showing it because I'm on it.
Yeah, that's the right page.
And the only one I got is from November that's on there, but
So start back at the top, or if you're doing it on your phone, go all the way to the top and swipe down to force it to refresh. But then you should see the live video. At least when I went to the page a few minutes ago, it was the third piece down, maybe or so.
Okay. And it's at live fire video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My app is just now opening, so because that's probably the reason. Come on.
No rush.
Got it. And there we go. Boom.
There you go. Okay.
Got it.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. So remember that we're shoot. I don't have a timestamp as to when we started. Do I? Okay. So yeah, we're at the 5-minute mark. that we've been live. So when you go back to preview this, just you may want to unless you want to listen to our banter and stuff like that. But we're basically now starting at the 5-minute mark. So whether you're watching it on YouTube or you're watching it on Facebook, just adjust it accordingly. So the concept would kind of start like this. You're not going to hear this. Actually, here I can make it so that you do. We would have.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, folks. Welcome to the Abron Theory. I'm Anthony Abron, and this is the pilot show, our very first episode of the Abron Theory. Now, we know that you guys could be anywhere in the world, but yet you chose to be here. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I'm just running off some stuff right now. So
that's great.
Good deal.
Yep.
Awesome. Today we're shooting live with Rob Hicks of Enlightened Enlightened Audio Visual, and you are going to be amazed by the things that we're going to be talking about today, because we're going to dig deep into the power of video and the power of video that can be implemented into your business through marketing. So without further ado, Rob, are you there?
Right. And then I cut to me or to your guest.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. No, that was a strong intro. Hey, Rick, how you doing? So Rick just joined in the chat. I bet I haven't seen you in a long time, Rick, on the shooting range. Of course, I haven't used the shooting range in probably, 4 months. But thank you for hopping in. This is Anthony. Anthony, say hi to Rick.
Hey, Rick, how you doing? Glad you can hop on and check us out tonight.
Yep.
That means that you don't have anything going on and you're just bored. But I'm glad you chose to fulfill your boredom right here at the shooting range.
That's right. It says so Rick says, hey, doing good. So Rick also does video work. Rick, you're in Cincinnati, Ohio? I forgot. He's somewhere. I'll wait for him to say what he says. But he does video work as well.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So awesome. Rick, I'm just kind of showing Anthony kind of how this all works. Anthony and I are going to start doing shows together, and this is kind of the first time. While Anthony and I have spent a lot of time talking to each other on the phone, this is our first opportunity to kind of just get into the studio together and just kind of cut an example piece of content. And Rick is in Toledo, Ohio. So I was close. Cincinnati, Toledo.
Cincinnati, Toledo,
not too far.
Right around.
Yeah.
It's a championship town.
That's right. So Rick, I'm crafting Anthony into being the tea snob, as like his broadcaster quirk, because I always like that. There you go. See, he's got the pinky up, and so Anthony is going to be doing more business related shows, but I always think it's kind of cool when the broadcaster has just some weird quirk. I haven't done this with anybody yet, but when I first met Anthony, he was like talking about this tea, like, dude, it's just tea, but he was like all about this freaking tea, and so I'm like, all right, we got to just kind of own this. And so Anthony, I want you to be the tea snob and, spend some segment of each show just talking about like this epic knowledge of a bag of tea from Chile or whatever, like so random. and that'll be Anthony's quirk. So
fan of the chai tea latte, I.
That's right. So Rick, Rick, how have you been? I haven't seen Rick in forever. What's up, Zach Hoffman? So Zach is also a fellow broadcaster. He does more radio work, but he just joined into the chat. So Zach, this is Anthony. Anthony, Zach.
Zach, glad to see you, Zach. Glad you could be here. As you can tell, we're just kind of ironing out all the kinks and the wrinkles, preparing for something great between Rob and myself, and it's gonna be good. But glad you guys could to stop in here and check it out. So definitely make sure you put it on your radar to check out the Abram Theory. Now, the Abram Theory, our angle and our target, we're gonna have a ton of fun, but primarily we're gonna be focusing on the use of on marketing tips, and not just marketing, because I hate that phrase, marketing tips and tricks. I do. It's overused. But what we're going to be focused in on, well, I want to give you the title of everything, our focus, but it is marketing, and it is the use of video and the use of these things inside of business. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun. We're going to kick back. We're going to, and as well as being a tea snob, I'm also a hip hop snob. I can't stand stale hip hop. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
So Rick just said, he said, good, working on a local cooking show. Most of my stuff is under the band's name. Could be why I haven't popped up. So I forgot about that. But Rick also has been working with a lot of live bands in his area to cover them. But I didn't know that Rick was working on cooking stuff. That's pretty cool. We need to talk, Rick, because I may be working with National Grocer to do some work with them through Leslie Nance. So let's make sure we connect soon. So to your thing about marketing. So did you? So Anthony, did you see my Facebook post today?
No. I just got re-put my Facebook on, so I have to go back over there and see what you wrote.
All right. So I'll share with you, Rick, and Zach what it was. It was kind of funny. I did this Facebook post on my personal page, and I've never been one to really be enamored with social media influencers. It's just kind of like that term, just like it doesn't even mean anything. I mean, it implies that you're so loved by your fans that they'll buy whatever you tell them to do, right? I'm a social media influencer. I'm an author, speaker, and blah blah blah, and I command you to buy the new Toyota Celica. And the next day, all of a sudden, yeah.
It's funnier when you see it, man.
Right.
When you see it, then that is hilarious.
So so Rick and Zach, the picture is a mannequin, and she's basically holding this Dunkin' Donuts sign. And in the comments, I said, Dunkin' Donuts has just hired its first virtual reality social media influencer, kind of tongue in cheek. Oh yeah, Rick said he saw it, so I thought it was funny. But but when you were kind of doing the intro into the we're going to be doing a marketing show, and I could see you were like, and I'm like, oh.
That's crazy. It's crazy. This is going to be good. It's going to be really exciting. What would a transition look like for pause for station identification, or not station identification, but for word from our sponsors?
So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can do it on a ticker, at the bottom of the screen, where it scrolls. It can just be a show card. There's a number of folks that have sponsors for their shows, and what we do is during the show, we'll do like a picture of their sponsor next to them or over the shoulder.
Okay.
Like this episode is sponsored by Archon Mounts. If you put in the discount code blah blah blah, you'll get 20% off.
Can we do a fade to a video?
Of course.
A commercial, yeah. I know I figured we could. I just wanted to.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Let me see if I've got any short videos in. I didn't put one into the set, but I'm sure I can find one just so you can see the example.
Okay.
I'll do after Mark's open. So.
And so right now, video-wise, I can hear you, and they can hear you as well because you're
correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to show you this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to purposely mute the Facebook viewer microphone.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to do this is when you go back and watch this on the replay, you'll see that you'll remember that you could continue to hear me live, but you'll observe that the Facebook audience is not able to hear me. So, right. So right now I'm going to take the mic. This is my Facebook broadcaster mic. I'm going to mute it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Re-enable the microphone, and now Zach and Rick can hear me.
Okay. So let's just so I can see how it feels. If you wouldn't mind muting and then allow me to introduce I'll just say something really quickly and then switch to the video. I just want to see how that transition looks like.
Stand by.
What's the name of it?
It's the Afterthoughts intro.
The Afterthoughts. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
All right. So right now we're going to pause for a quick break from our sponsors, Afterthoughts. So we'll be right back after this word.
Afterthoughts, the show that helps you make sense of the ever-changing world of video, live streaming, and digital marketing. Now, here are your hosts, Vincenzo Landino and Amy Schmittauer.
Friends, was your smooth transition from one sponsor to the next. Glad you guys made it through that amazing thousand. Now look, the next thing we're going to do is going to absolutely blow your mind. Now, I can say this with certainty. It's going to blow your mind. Let me stop. You can tell I kind of enjoy this, right?
No, that's a good thing.
I do. It's fun.
So, for the video,
you don't know what I'm doing. I have a camera, so I look at the camera, and I try a tendency not to look down because I'll see people's eyes look down, and I try to keep it up and really peripheral to my peripheral vision to talk to you when I'm talking to you, and not look directly at you. You know?
And that's what you should do. I have found that I think it is okay to feel like you can have your phone playing in the background. You don't want the audio to play, but it's natural for the viewer that if you as a broadcaster have your phone and you're doing this kind of shot. So like Rick said, nice, saw that, but you're now kind of visually communicating that you're observing their comments in the chat.
Okay.
As well as answering them. And I think that's a very effective use of showing viewer acknowledgement, is to lift that phone in the camera view so that they know that, hey, I'm watching. Oops. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
Let me look inside because I hadn't. Look, now I'm giving some love to you guys. Giving love to Zach. Giving love to Rick. I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, man. That's cool. We always like the love.
There you go.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Thank you, guys. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a lot of those floating hearts happening when we're broadcasting in the days and the weeks ahead. So that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I love it. It's cool. I really am, and I mean that. I'm really glad that these guys are on there and they're watching. They're giving us feedback. I'm glad you guys are here because it's helping us out.
Yeah, Rick and Zach are awesome people.
Yeah, cool. Good deal.
So the only thing that I'm not showing, I guess, let me think of it. Here, let me do one thing. There's one shot that I didn't have time to put in, but I'll just make it real quick.
Okay. He said saw that. Trying to figure out where I want to share it at.
I wouldn't share this.
No, I was trying to see. Yeah, no, not like that. But yeah, I don't think I need to do anything. You're right. Nothing.
it's going to take me another like minute or so to put this together.
It's funny because I can tell the difference when I'm broadcasting at night versus when I'm broadcasting in the daytime. I have a window to my right, and I'll raise that window, and the natural light comes in, the cascades. And so right now I'm actually getting like a dark shadow that I see on my left side slightly.
I gotcha.
I like that. That's cool.
Well, so this allows me to do any example content. Trying to think. I'm just trying to find a random picture. Here's one. So let's say that there's a news item that you want to talk about, or a web page, or I mean whatever it is. Give me a second. I'm just going to give you an example.
Okay.
It's kind of a stupid example, but
a newspaper clipping or something, or an article that snapshot online, or
a picture. I mean, whatever it is. This is the way that I many times do what I call the over the shoulder, even though it's technically not over your shoulder, but that's because I don't have you full screen in a set. Although, you know, I could do, let me make it a little bit different. If you position your camera in your space so that there's extra room, I can equally do it this way.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is that, yeah, like you're doing now, when you run your head sideways, it's now blocking you. So yeah. If you wanted to be able to do these look behind shots, we would just want your camera to be physically further away so that there's more real estate around you. Yeah, exactly. And then you would actually sit, right now you're sitting center in the camera.
Right.
But I would just have you position it so that you were to the side of the camera.
Right. So I'm sitting like over here.
Yeah, or I can move it over to the other side.
Oops, wrong direction. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this is pretty much like you see it on the news all the time.
Okay.
And it's, like I said, it's totally preference.
Okay.
But the most popular one that I use is this shot.
Gotcha. I like that. It makes it easier. You never have to move. Yeah.
Right. So we went over the intro. So the full screen, back to you. And then if you're doing an interview show and you're like, all right, Rob, tell me about global warming. I don't know. Random.
All right, Rob, tell me a little bit more about your time spending with the CEO of Zoom.
There you go. And then I can cut full screen to the guest. And again, this is where, now, I'm generally giving you hand signals throughout the whole thing. So I never put you back on. If I take you off of camera, and when I say this, I mean you and your guests. If I take you off of camera, I don't put you back on camera until I've given you visual hand signals.
Okay.
Letting you know that, hey, I'm going to be putting you back on camera.
Okay.
And I wait for you or your guest to go like this. And once I see that I get that acknowledgement, then I put you back on camera.
And we're back now. I want to make sure that, although I wouldn't say we're back, we'll just continue to keep talking at whatever segment that we're in. Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. You should see some of my ones where I was trying to do all that myself on VLive and click between the screen. And it ended up being okay on a couple of them, but not as smooth as this.
So now I know there's a couple of my friends that use BeLive. I've never used it, but does BeLive let you do mixed media like intros, outros, bumpers, and stuff like that?
No, they just give you different choices between camera angles. So you can do a split screen. You can pick full screen speakers, full screen guest, host guest. You can also type in the lower third that you want at the bottom. And
can you do multiple lower thirds?
No. Okay. Well, technically, technically, yes. So let's say if there was a lower third that we had that was up,
Mm-hmm.
and you ask a question, you could type in a question and that question will pop up, but then it fades away really quickly.
Okay.
So, and another thing I don't like about that is that, you know, you're typing. So if I start doing it, they hear all that. And
so it's able to capture the comments that are coming in from Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube?
no, just on Facebook Live.
So what do you do? How are you getting your YouTube videos? Were you downloading them from Facebook or from BeLive and then uploading them to YouTube?
Right. I download it from Facebook and then upload to YouTube.
So does BeLive not let you stream to YouTube as well?
Right. It does. It only does it directly to Facebook.
Okay. Well, I think I told you this. Zoom is going to be releasing in the next 2 weeks the ability to natively stream to YouTube and Facebook through the Zoom app. Now, I don't know if you can do both at the same time, but I definitely know that they're going to have that built in. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
That should lower bandwidth? Well, I don't know. You know more than I would on that.
It's not going to lower bandwidth. It's going to increase the broadcaster's requirement for bandwidth, because if you're doing typical Zoom calls from your house, you're consuming some finite amount of bandwidth. So let's say, you know, you and I were before we came into this broadcast and before I sent the stream out, you and I just connected over Zoom. So
right.
Theoretically, my internet connection at that time was maybe 2 or 3 meg, which was enough speed to be able to push my video to you and for you to be able to push your video to me. But then on top of that Zoom call, I needed to add the component of streaming to the platforms. So now we're taking that 2 meg Zoom call, and then we're adding on Facebook, which is like another 2, and then YouTube is 6 meg because I shoot in 1080p 60. So yeah, so streaming to YouTube in 1080p 60 requires that I've got 6 meg of upload speed to YouTube the whole time in order to maintain the signal.
So right now you broadcast to Facebook. You take this stream and you broadcast through Facebook through additional app, right?
Yeah, so I use Wirecast as my workflow surface.
Okay.
And in there, I add all of the stream keys that I need for Facebook, Twitter, YouTube,
Gotcha.
Ustream, your website, wherever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. So as long as we take this, only thing you can't do right now is take that. So technically, if it's on YouTube, it just has to be shared to LinkedIn, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and what's nice is that if you schedule a show, so for example, if we're doing weekly shows, I think the best practice is that right after you're finished, let's say we do shows every Friday. So what you want to make sure that you do the very next day, the very next Saturday, is to create a show card on your YouTube channel with whatever the topic of that week's going to be.
Okay.
And then schedule the live stream both in YouTube and in Facebook, because then what you can do for LinkedIn is you can take that scheduled live event and share it into your LinkedIn timeline.
Gotcha. So you can schedule the Facebook Lives ahead of time?
Oh yeah, up to for Facebook you can schedule up to a week. In YouTube, I don't know that you can schedule stuff, I think, up to a year in advance.
Yeah, I know about that one. I didn't know, but I know about Facebook. Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good deal. This is going to be good. I think we've covered. So we know that you'll be doing the signals. We know about the voice, the different transition. Other than that, yeah, and the breakdown of mine will be. So right now, I've seen what you guys done in the past. Or at least I don't know. You guys talk ahead of time and then all of a sudden kick into the start, or I've seen it different than how you do Aprils versus how you do like the marketing show that you do with the other gentlemen.
The lead mode solution or the lead mode show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I caught you guys like talking, getting it ready, and then all of a sudden, you kicked into the show. So is there a way to like?
So we changed that out based on our hypothesis of how to best utilize the algorithm. There was a period of time where, and I still think this is applicable, but since if a lot of your views are coming from replay, and you're starting with a show card, the problem is that once it's resolved to a recording, many times viewers don't know that they can fast forward through the video to get to it. So they subsequently get impatient and they move along. So what we try to do to fix that is to start each live video with a few seconds of live banter, just to be able to make it so that there was people motion in the timeline.
And then boom, it kicks in.
Yeah, well, so you'd be like, hey guys, we're just setting up everything, we're just getting all the feeds going. All right, we're ready to go. All right, Rob, let's start the show. And then at that point, the intro goes, and and then you do your thing.
Okay.
So the only thing I would say is if you're going to do that, then from a YouTube perspective, what you probably want to then do after the show is go back, download the video, and chop off that banter. Because YouTube is the opposite. People on YouTube expect it to start right away. So when they're searching for your content, you don't want to necessarily have the banner. So so you want to go and snip out that first 30 seconds or wherever it is. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Long day. Excuse me.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad But we got it done now. So now, So now you know what to expect. You're able to watch the replay.
Figure out where my eyes at. I always do this really quick and look at position 1 at the camera, position 2 beneath at the line, position 3 looking at Rob, our guest, position 4 look at the right, 5 at the bottom, back to the center, then directly at the camera.
Yeah.
So
now I can zoom you in and out too. So I'll give you an example. Yeah. So let's say that I really wanted to get an in tight shot. So that. Right, and then I can smooth it out and go like that to emulate like I have live cameras going on in the studio.
Okay.
So, the reason I bring that up is because if you want to sit to the side like a newscaster, so that I now can use that big space next to you to do this kind of stuff, then what I would do is have 2 shots. So I would have a faraway shot, which would allow me to do these look behind videos, and then what I would also have is a shot 2, which would subsequently, let me get it set up, center you back on the screen.
Okay. You do several things. That'd be great. Yeah. Good. Which ultimately, what it boils down to, people are going to want to come in, hear what you're talking about, your topic, and bring that up. So I got to make sure I'm on top of my homework ahead of time to get to you. How many days in advance do I need to get my information to you before we broadcast? 24 hours, 2 days?
So on paper, we put 48 hours in advance.
Okay.
But it's interesting because I did get some pushback from some of my broadcasters, particularly some of the marketing ones that were like 48 hours. We're talking about the latest things in social media, and 48 hours, that's kind of a killer because what if something happens in the morning and we want to talk about it? Are you saying we can't? And that's not what I mean. If we've got once your set is built So, you know, the Abram theory right now is kind of partially built. So if the only thing that changes from week to week are the actual pictures, then you know, you can get me the pictures a few hours in advance, because the only thing I'm having to do is to take this shot here and then insert pictures, as many pictures as you want, into this section.
Gotcha. I get it.
Yeah. But if you come to me a few hours before and say, okay, Rob, well, here's what I want. I want to play this video and this media. It takes me time to physically insert all these things into the shot so that I can get them ready.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So the process, so the process is I'll set up a Dropbox folder for you, and throughout the week in building your show, you'll just randomly throw in stuff. The most important piece of information that I need on that Dropbox folder is the run of show, which basically just tells me what's going to happen in the show. I'm not looking for a big book. It's literally just an outline saying, okay, you know, if it's a 30-minute show, start the hour with the intro video. Then I'm going to bring in guest A. Here is their name and title, so that I know how to spell their name correctly, title their information correctly on the lower third.
Okay.
And yeah, so the run of show tells me the name of your show. I mean, obviously I know it's the Abram theory, but if there's a topic or theme that you're going to be going, the run of show will tell me that. It'll also give me a description. So what I then do with that description is I copy it and I paste it into the Facebook description, the YouTube description. So you get the idea. So basically it just real quickly puts in all the bare bones information that I need as your producer to be able to assemble all the stuff, get it out into the social media platforms, and have us ready to go.
Okay. And when you do it, will you be right? We'll have to go live through my Facebook, so it does that, or how will that work?
So you have a public page, correct, for the business?
Yeah, I've got a business. Yes.
Yeah. So what you would do is you would assign. Facebook just released a different way to do it. I'm not quite familiar with it yet. They just introduced another way where you can let people shoot content into your page. But for now, the way that I've been doing it is you would assign me as an editor to your business page, and then that allows me to schedule your shows in advance, put in artwork. So if you come up with a show card, this is a pretty bare bones one, but something like this with the title, then I would insert that into the show card for Facebook, YouTube.
Love it. Yep. I'll get it together. This is good. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be epic, literally.
It's gonna be fun.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go ahead and shut down the live stream.
Okay.
So, I don't think Rick and Zach are here anymore, but I do. If you guys are watching, thank you guys very much for watching. And
as always, sow good seeds, do good work, reap, then teach to repeat. Until next time, peace.